everyone. Today's episode is about finances, which is why I got this bad boy behind me. Today we're going to talk about how can you start saving for college, things you could start doing now. And we have a great resource opportunity for you to look into as well if you're interested. So today we bring Kristen with us. Hello, Kristen. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate having you with us today. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone and give a little bit of background information?
Hi, I'm Kristen Adjutant. I'm our College Access Director at Education Quest Foundation. Education Quest is a private nonprofit here in Nebraska that helps students on their journey to college. So everything from finding the right college fit to finding ways to pay for it, we help students and families, and it's all free of charge. You should never pay someone to help you with that process. There are lots of free resources, and we're happy to do that and help you through your journey. No strings attached, seriously.
So, Kristen, what can our students start to do to prepare for college?
I'm excited to be here from Education Quest Foundation. We're a nonprofit here in Nebraska that helps students on their journey to college. And lots of times we're helping families through the paying process and talking as young as 7th, 8th grade, thinking about what our families can do. So the first thing we really want to focus on and think about, and that families are thinking about, is college will be expensive. We all know that. Let's just say the reality. But oftentimes families think, well, it's too expensive, we just can't make it happen. But most students are not paying sticker price. You know, when you go to buy a new car and at the car lot, you see the sticker price on the windshield. Well, most people don't pay that, right? They kind of barter and argue them down. Well, you're not going to do that with the college financial aid office, but you are going to find other ways to help pay for it. So we want students to start thinking about how they can prepare to pay for it now, and how they can start to build their resume. And it won't be the kind of resume like that many adults have where it has what jobs you've had. It'll be more what activities you've participated, what kind of grades you have that will set you up to earn some scholarships in the future. So when we think about paying for college, I have kind of two major categories that I think about when we consider what younger students can be doing to prepare to pay. And the first thing that families should do is start saving. You know, as a 13, 14-year-old, you would be wondering, well, how can I earn extra cash? Well, I'm guessing some have babysitting skills, or it has just started to become lawn mowing season right out my back door here, right? And dog walking, or I've seen some students who have made a business out of picking up the dog poop in your yard. They'll make some extra cash that way. So think about ways that you as a young student can make some cash and consider saving some of it, or even save some of your birthday cash. And then once you've got that cash saved, think about putting it in a special college savings account called a 529 college savings account. This is a unique offering that every state has. Here in Nebraska, it's called the NEST plan. And you can go to NEST, N-E-S-T 529.com to learn more about it. But essentially what you do, it's a special kind of savings account where all the money you put in can only be used for college. And some people may wonder, well, is that really worth it? Well, I want to give you an example. So I want you to imagine you put $100 in a regular savings account at your bank. Every bank across the United States, for the most part, will pay you a little bit of interest or a little bit of extra to thank you for keeping your money there. On average in the US right now, after 1 year of having $100 in a savings account, they'll pay you about 10 cents. Whoopee, right? 10 whole cents for keeping $100 in that savings account. Well, college savings plans usually earn a little bit more in interest. We've seen plans that have significant gains. It's an investment, so you could also lose some dollars. But on average, college savings accounts may have a 7% return, which means for every $100 you put in, you might earn $7 on that money. And we've read recent research that shows families are missing out on a lot of dollars by not putting them in college savings accounts. So as much as $4,000 over the course of a student's age 0 to 18. Just by not putting that money in a college savings account and earning a little bit extra in interest, they're missing out on some free cash. So consider a college savings account if you're going to put money away and save it for college. Even if you're not, just save what you can. Every little bit helps. We did the math and we found out that if students save $50 a month for 6 years, they could save $3,600. And that's not even including interest from any kind of account. That's like if you just keep it in your bedroom, right? $3,600 could go a little bit, help a little bit. Tuition at Central Community College right now is just over $3,000 a year. Tuition at UNK is just under $8,000 a year, and tuition is just the cost for the classes. So it will be expensive, but saving is one major way you can pay. The second major way, and what we talk most often with students, is financial aid. And I brought a little chart here to just help you understand the 4 major types of financial aid. So when we think about financial, the word that comes to mind is money, right? And when we see the word aid, the thing that comes to mind is help. So financial aid is a pretty fancy term for money help to go to college. And the 4 major types are student loans, work study, grants, and scholarships. Now, a student loan, you have to borrow it, right? And you will have to pay it back. This is the only type of the 4 that you're going to have to pay back. So you'll want to use them last. But I'm talking about them first today because we don't want to spend that much time on them, right? We want to exhaust the other options before we go to loans. And parents can get student loans to help their student pay for college too. The second type is work study. So this is a job that you get on campus. The college that I went to, when you were a freshman, you didn't have a ton of options. You could either work in the cafeteria or work grounds crew. It was kind of the jobs that were available. But as you spent more time there, I had friends who were shelving books in the library, and even friends who were doing research with a professor, and getting to have some experience to put on their resume while they were earning cash and going to class. The third major type of aid are grants. And grants are really like a gift to pay them back. So when we think about grants, this is a gift that's given to students who show financial need. But someone doesn't just hand it to you like a gift at your birthday or at Christmas. You actually have to fill out an application called the FAFSA, F-A-F-S-A. It stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. This is a form that you'll complete your senior year of high school with a parent or guardian, someone who takes care of you financially. But you cannot earn this gift money unless you complete the application. So be watching and be listening senior year of high school to make sure that you're taking the steps to get this money. If you're wondering if you'll qualify for FAFSA dollars, you can go to educationquest.org. We have a number of calculators on there, and you can calculate whether or not you could qualify. But oftentimes with students as young as 7th and 8th grade, I just ask you to think about if you're currently on free or reduced price lunch, you will likely qualify for grant dollars. Even if you're not on free or reduced price lunch, your family situation could allow you to qualify for those dollars. So make sure to fill out that FAFSA form when you're a senior in high school. Okay, so back to our 4 types. I've kind of talked to the first 3, and the first 3 are things that will become more reality as college gets closer. Scholarships is what you have control over now as a 7th and 8th grader. So we know scholarships are what you can get based on who you are, your talents, what you're interested in, and there are a variety of scholarships out there. You've probably heard most popular academic scholarships, right? Which is pretty true. The better your grades, the more money you're likely to get. Scholarship providers don't want to give money to students who have D's and F's because it doesn't show that you're probably a good use of their scholarship dollars, right? So we really want to encourage you to get the best grades you can. And lots of times students ask me, do middle school grades count? Does it matter? Well, yes and no. So as an eighth grader, if you are taking a class right now for high school credit, for ninth grade credit, that will be on a transcript that a scholarship provider will look at, and it will be part of your cumulative or overall GPA, your grade point average. That will go into determining what scholarships that you could qualify for. But if you're not taking a class for high school credit right now, colleges won't technically see those grades. So why even try? Why even try to get good grades in seventh and eighth grade? Well, a number of research studies have been shown that the grades that you earn seventh and eighth grade year will be the same grades you earn all throughout high school. The reason being the skills that you've built, right? If you have strong study habits now and you're working hard to get those grades, you're going to just be able to continue that process in ninth grade. You're not likely to have a sudden aha moment ninth grade year and kick those grades up. It's not likely. So if you can have a good foundation, a good pattern of strong study skills now, that will really help set you up for success to earn some of those scholarship dollars down the road, because you'll be getting the best grades down the road as well. So there's academic scholarships, there's career-based scholarships. So what do you want to study? What do you want to be? My brother wanted to go into information technology. So he received a scholarship at his college to study that. I've seen career-based scholarships in the healthcare field, science and math related scholarships. I've even seen like auto body scholarships before in that particular career pathway. There are scholarships for financial need. So just similar to grants. So grants are for financially needy students. You could also earn scholarships if you're considered financially needy. And there are just a variety of opportunities out there related to those. And then lastly, activity-based scholarships. So music, clubs. I've seen scholarships for FCCLA, FBLA, FFA. If you don't know what those are clubs that you can participate in as a high school student. And volunteering, community service related scholarships. And the big one I always hear about, athletic scholarships, which there are some, but there's a lot of hype and not as much truth to that hype, just so you know. So the NCAA says that 6% of high school athletes will actually play at the college level. It's only 6%. And only 2% have athletic scholarship money to be there, which means those athletes that you see on TV playing college athletics, a lot of them are actually on academic scholarships, believe it or not, or maybe receiving grant aid. So I don't say that to kill your hopes and dreams. I just want you to know the reality. There's less athletic scholarship money than many students think about. So these are, again, the 4 types of financial aid, but scholarships is the one that you have the most control over. So right now you need to be getting the best grades you can, getting involved in activities, volunteering, showing your strong character, because you'll probably need some letters of recommendation or letters that talk about who you are and your strong qualities when it's time to complete scholarship applications. And oftentimes students say, well, is it really worth my time to apply for a scholarship? You know, I could just get a part-time job in high school and save my money and that'll help, right? Well, yeah, that will help. And I think you should get a part-time job in high school and save some of that money. But I also want you to consider, if you spent 10 hours applying for scholarships and you earned $1,000 in scholarships, how much money did you just make per hour? I'll let you do the math, okay? I'll let you do the math. I don't want to give it away. But I want you to really consider that it is worth it. And a lot of scholarships ask similar questions. So by the time you've completed a few, you're kind of rolling and it'll be easy to send them out. So senior year is when most of those scholarship opportunities will happen. There will be some others along the way, but when you become a senior in high school, your high school counselor is going to be the person you're going to want to connect with. And also the college that you're going to attend is probably going to have the biggest dollars. So you're going to want to, when you're going on campus tours, connect with them and ask them how you can be sure you're applying for all the scholarship opportunities. You know, I learned when I got to my college that I had missed out on a scholarship opportunity. So I was involved in Girl Scouting, and I earned the Girl Scout Gold Award, which is the highest award that you can earn as a Girl Scout. It'd be comparable to an Eagle Scout with the Boy Scouts, right? Well, I had no idea that there was a scholarship for students who had a Girl Scout Gold Award, and it was pretty good money. And so I actually missed out on even applying for that because I didn't ask, right? You've got to be your own best advocate and say, here's who I am, here's what I'm good at, what do you have available to me? So the college, your high school counselor, and then Education Quest. We have an online scholarship search tool called Scholarship Quest. And you can actually create an account right now. You can just go to educationquest.org, and our Scholarship Quest will be available in the Resources tab on our website. If you want, what I kind of encourage students to do, I don't tell a lot of people, when you create an account, it'll ask you what grade you're in. Put that you're a high school junior or senior, okay? And then it will show you everything you could apply for right now. If you say that you're a ninth grader or an eighth grader, it won't show you as much, but just go in there and choose that junior or senior level, and you'll see what opportunities exist for down the road. And then keep that account and kind of prepare for scholarships that you want to apply for. You can start to get an idea of what you could get involved in, what classes you could take in high school in order to be eligible for those scholarships down the road.
Thank you, Kristen, for that awesome information. Now, I know that may seem like a lot of information, everyone, but don't worry. We have plenty of time to cover it from now till you're a senior in high school. So if you seem a little bit confused, you can always ask us questions, or there's free resources available to you as well. I will list some of those free resources available to you in the description box below. 7th and 8th grade Gear Up students and parents, don't forget to scan our QR code or click the link in the description box to make sure you fill out our Google form so we know you watched this.